Wait, what button is it? Me.
Oh, for f***'s sake. You know what just happened?
You left.
Oh, well, there's a lot of things. One of the most recent ones that's really personal to me. Did you hear about the Amazon warehouse that got hit by a tornado?
Yeah, and people died.
That was my warehouse that got hit by that tornado.
Oh my God! Really?
Yep, and that warehouse
Jesus.
that warehouse got hit like maybe 2 or 3 months after I left to start training as a truck driver. Basically, I knew a lot of the people that either got killed, injured, or were driving in their vans. And basically, the stuff they were being told was, if you come back, you lose your job. If you feel scared, stay here. You're not allowed to leave. All that stuff. I'm just like, man,
Dude, that's fucking awful. So you knew people that were like there, like you had like relationships with those people.
with most of them, yeah. The thing is like I didn't have super.
It's a big warehouse. I get that, but
I didn't have super personal connections with them, so I found out the people I knew died a long time after because no one knew to notify me. I just found out when they put the names in like the news or whatever, something like that. And so the thing is what happened was, and it's really easy to blame the people that the ones that said don't come back, you'll lose your job. It's not really their fault that said that, because when I first started out, I got really close to getting heat stroke multiple times on that job, and I started to just become really weak to the heat, like really quickly over time. Every time I got hot, I got hotter and hotter much faster. And the first time it happened, I said, hey, I just puked on the side of the street. I need to kind of cool down. What am I supposed to do? And they said, well, if you come back now and you don't feel bad enough that you need to go to the hospital, your job is kind of forfeit if you come back with that many packages. I'm like, well, okay.
Oh, no.
And so I'm like, well, okay, I guess I'll just sit here, and then when I feel like it, I'll just get back to delivering packages if I, don't have an aneurysm or something. And so, or just a literal stroke, which I came really close to doing when the left side of my face decided to stop working. And so that message basically got sent to everybody who said, there's a tornado, it's freaking me out. All the places I'm supposed to be delivering to are closed anyways. Can I come back? And everyone was basically being told no. And that's because that's Amazon's policy, and all the DSPs that are contracted by Amazon don't want to lose their contract or whatever. So they're afraid of allowing people to come back because Amazon basically tells them not to.
Well, because I know with FedEx, like, there was similar. It wasn't exactly the same. Like, it was more of a case of you could lose your job if you were absent. If you didn't work, you'd lose your job. That was kind of more so.
Sure.
Which, yeah, that's like, that's understandable, but
yeah, this it wasn't. I think it was like an F2. It wasn't even like an F3. But these warehouses are not meant to.
They're not designed. They're made out of paper.
Pretty much, yeah.
They can't take any damage. They're designed to be as cheap as possible to build.
And so the place got, all the vans, all the places where I would get my paperwork, and all the places where I got my packages and things. All that stuff was just fucking decimated. And It was a mess for like a month, and the building is still gone. They just built a new one.
They just built it. No, Amazon. Honestly, if we need to like break up Amazon, like they're too big for their own good.
No, they're a bit. We're allowing ourselves to become ridiculously dependent on them, and we're allowing them to think they can get away with a lot of nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's not good. Like, what I experienced was not great, but people fucking died, and that's not okay.
Oh, no. Well, there was a case, and this was in the 1800s, like 1880. So picture this: New York. This was in the garment district, and
I've invited you again, by the way. We'll see if this works.
Yeah, one sec. Actually, no, I can buy ammo through when I'm there. But so in the garment district, there was a textile factory, and there was a bunch of female employees, and there was a fire that broke out. Now, normally they had fire exits, but the owner was afraid of people leaving or leaving early, and so what they did is the doors were locked. They locked all the doors, and so the owners, like the people who were in charge, like the foreman, they left, and over 100 women died in that fire.
Jesus.
And Well, and after that, it was one of those things where you had to have fire exits and they cannot be blocked, and that's a lot of bills about fire safety were resulted from this one incident. And it's what's shocking to me is that, you know, this was a total like there was total negligence on everyone's part, because like Amazon policy is negligent on the fact that they told, because I understand the people, your bosses were being told that, like, but even at FedEx though, there was all these practices that were either dumb, stupid, or just not good at all, and it was usually middle management being like, listen, I don't agree with it, but that's just what they tell me. And it's like, but it's like, that's bullshit, you know. Even if you think it's bullshit, then you should tell your manager that it's bullshit.